Hey Dan. Well, you can see Roy Koopa there behind the locked door, but we're going to continue on by going to the second door here, through the portal, through the pipe, and end up, well, let's find out. Okay, and what does this officer have to say immediately? Where am I? You're in Ramses Square, Cairo, Egypt, Africa. Alright, well, that's a pretty complete description. And yeah, let's just have a look here. What do we have? Okay. Looks like, definitely looks Egyptian. We've got some nice little trees there, and actually, maybe I should go, yeah. Alright, so if I look on this one, everything is sort of clustered there on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, so instead I'm gonna go over to the right and see about clearing away all the Koopas, and maybe chatting with some of the folks here. Where am I? Cairo sits on the split of the Nile. From here, the river goes south for 900 miles. Okay, and what is this? The Sphinx will smile when you appear. He doesn't like to show his ears. Alright. Very good, and let's head north. Yes, there's one more up there. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this was the same music that was playing in Russia? In Moscow? Though, I'm not entirely sure. I'll check. There we are. And one more here. Oh. Yep, sometimes the pipe can get in your way. Where am I? Inventors of mummies, papyrus, and Hyro. Your mummy would love a postcard from here in Cairo. What is this? It's made of sandstone like the rest of the Sphinx. Take it back to Giza, 9 miles from Cairo. Alright, so we are in Cairo, but some places we'll be visiting are not in Cairo city itself, but in Giza. Alright, oh, there we are. Another artifact there. And what else do we have? Alright, 2 more on this level. Let's head up 1. Chase down that Koopa there. Alright, no luck. And down and to the left of these next 2. Once we've got all 3 artifacts, we should be able to clear this one out pretty quickly, because... Yep, there we go. They are all... Yep, pretty easy to guess what that one is. They're all very close to one another, which, well, it does make sense for sort of the nature of how these ancient monuments are placed. Where am I? I saw a sign near the Sinai that read, "Welcome to Masr." It was written in Arabic. And what is this? On my camel ride to Giza, I noticed the Great Pyramid had blown its top. Alright, why is the Great Pyramid closed today? Like the sign says, bud, the top brick of the Great Pyramid was stolen and we can't reopen until it gets returned. Here's a pamphlet with more information. Missing the top brick of the Great Pyramid. Reward $1,190, bonus $2,800. The ancient Greeks called the Great Pyramid of Giza one of the world's 7 great wonders. Pyramids are elaborate tombs housing the mummified remains of the pharaohs and the fantastic treasures and paraphernalia that were buried with them to ensure a comfortable afterlife. The limestone pyramid covers 13 acres of desert and is 480 feet high. Every royal pyramid entrance faces north towards the pole star. The details of the engineering and building of the wondrous pyramids still remain a mystery today. I'm sure, insert your own joke about aliens here, alright? I want to return the top brick of the Great Pyramid. What you get is what you see. Pyramids were built to be tombs. The entrance to the royal pyramids always face north. There we go. Wonderful. And there's all three of the large pyramids next to each other in their little arrangement there. Let's see, what's next? I think this might be it. Why is the Sphinx closed today? Like the sign says, bud, the cleft of the Sphinx was stolen, and we can't reopen until it gets returned. Here is a pamphlet with more information. Missing the cleft of the Sphinx. Reward $1,750. The man-faced lion statue was named the Sphinx by the ancient Greeks. A sphinx is a mythical monster who liked to ask riddles, then kill those unfortunate enough not to know the answer. The great sphinx was carved from one enormous piece of limestone, 240 feet long and 66 feet high. Later, the Ottoman Turks used the cat for target practice. Its nose and King Tut-style beard were knocked clean off its face. The original name meant Lord, and it is today presumed that the Sphinx was built to guard the Great Pyramids that stand behind it. Alright, let's see if we can return the cleft of the Sphinx. The Sphinx is half man and half lynx? No, half lion. And the Sphinx is located in, well, as was said to us, in Giza. Very good. Very nice, quite impressive, well, stonework, really. And one last thing to return here. Let's see what this boy has to say. What is this? Doesn't that seem from another time? King Louis swapped Muhammad Ali for an Egyptian obelisk. Alright. Why is the Mosque of Muhammad Ali closed today? Like the sign says, bud, the gingerbread clock was stolen and we can't reopen until it gets returned. Here is a pamphlet with more information. Missing the gingerbread clock. Reward $1,400. The Muhammad Ali Mosque was built by a sultan in 1430 using the Turkish style of the Ottoman Empire. Its nickname, the Alabaster Mosque, comes from the valuable white stone that covers the temple's facade. The clock tower on the courtyard's western side was a gift to the Sultan by King Louis Philippe of France in return for the stone obelisk, which now stands in front of France's Palace de la Concorde. Egyptian sultans lived in the mosque until 1517. It is now used only for prayer. Alright, and let's see if we can return the gingerbread clock. Who lived in the mosque until 1517? That would be the sultans. And what did the Egyptians trade for the clock tower? That was an obelisk. Alright, very nice. Ooh, that is certainly some very impressive alabaster done there. Now, alright, we're gonna go all the way over here. And I suppose at some point we could open up the globulator and make our way to Egypt, so north into Africa. And we're gonna stick along the east coast. There we are, very good. Come right here to Cairo, Egypt, Africa. Just in that northeastern section where it connects to the Levant into the rest of Eurasia. Just a little extra geography for you there. Wonderful. City secured. Now we can move on to this next one here in the middle. I believe this is the same music they were using for Beijing. Except, now this one has a very different look to it. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, a red lantern, perhaps? Why is the Sensoji Temple closed today? Like the sign says, bud, the Sensoji Temple lantern was stolen, and we can't reopen until it gets returned. Here's a pamphlet with more information. Missing the Sensoji Temple lantern. Reward $1,755. The Sensoji Temple in the Asaku district of Tokyo was built in 640 AD. To enter the temple grounds, you must first pass under the Gate of Thunder, an elaborately carved arch on which hangs the giant red paper lantern sacred to the temple and its worshippers. Built in the shape of a traditional pagoda, smaller red lanterns line the arcades of the walls. The giant red lantern casts a rosy glow and lights the way for temple visitors. I'll get rid of that Koopa there, but we're going to select that lantern because I do believe that is the correct one. I want to return the Sensoji Temple lantern. Alright, Sensoji Temple is in the, what do we say? That was the Asaku district of the city. And the Sensoji Temple is built in the shape of a, said it was a traditional pagoda. Very good. Let's have a look here. Oh yes, well that's a very close look at the lantern itself, which is quite lovely. Interesting because, you know, this game was developed in the United States, but still being published through, or at least in association with, Nintendo of Japan. So here they are representing Tokyo. There we are. Very good, and let's chat with this little fella here. Where am I? You're in the land of the rising sun, and their white flag with the red dot resembles one. And what is this? You can actually walk into the 37-foot-tall Buddha through a door in his tummy. It costs extra, though. Alright, so that orange seems to be connected with that. Or rather, seems to be our next little thing. Why is the great Buddha of Kamakura closed today? Like the sign says, bud, the great Buddha's orange was stolen, and we can't reopen until it gets returned. Here's a pamphlet with more information. Missing the great Buddha's orange. Reward $975. Bonus $2,600. The great Buddha of Kamakura is not only the great Buddha in Japan, but he is the only one you can enter by buying a ticket through a door located smack in the middle of his big brass belly. Sitting 37 feet tall, the brass Buddha, or Daibutsu, is best honored by the faithful placing flowers and oranges at his feet. This Daibutsu used to sit in a small wooden house, but he was rendered homeless after a tidal wave. Tsunami washed it away. Oh dear. At least it left the Buddha behind. Alright, I want to return the great Buddha's orange. Daibutsu lost his house because of unpaid taxes. Oh no, no, no. Proposition 13. I don't know what that means. No, it was a tidal wave. And the Buddha is, well, it's none of those things except 37 feet tall. Very good. And there is, oh, that's quite an impressive statue. I don't know if I would bother to pay the extra to get the ticket inside. Let's head off and find that next Koopa. Where am I? Welcome to Tokyo, my little man. You are in the capital city of Japan. Of course, Kyoto used to be the capital, I think. And those two cities are anagrams of one another, at least when you write them out in English. I will say that soon you'll have a yen to see Mount Fuji, 60 miles west of the city. Really, it's that close to Tokyo? I didn't know that. Alright, one of these Koopas has to have what I'm looking for. Is it you? No. You? Yes. Very good. What's this last item here? Not entirely sure what that is. But we'll head back in the direction of... Yes, I believe... Oh, yes, there's one more place here. Oh, perhaps this professor can tell us. Where am I? This Japanese city used to be called Edo before the emperor changed it in 1877. And what is this? A Shinto roof hung over a clay circle under which sumo has been a tradition since 200 AD. Ready to wrestle? Okay. And one last Koopa to clear away, even though, as I've said before, you don't have to. It just feels nice to sort of complete the level that way. And here should be our last information booth. Why is the Kokugikan arena closed today? Like the sign says, bud, the sumo apron was stolen and we can't reopen until it gets returned. Here's a pamphlet with more information. Missing the sumo apron. Reward $1,040. I always seem to get confused by that. Sumo wrestling has been both a popular art form and sport since the 6th century, and originated in Shinto temples. The wrestlers begin training in their early teens by endless practice, strenuous exercise, and the avid eating of special foods. To become serious contenders, the men must reach an enormous size, 250 to 375 pounds. The aim of a match is for one contender to force the other out of the ring, or to touch the clay surface with any body part besides a foot. The wrestlers appear first in the heavily embroidered aprons donated by dedicated fans, and then stripped down to skimpy loincloths and a special kind of bun-like hairstyle. Alright, let's see if we can return the sumo apron. The aim of sumo wrestling is to force the opponent out of the ring, to eat special foods, put on fancy aprons, no, to blink, no, that's just a staring contest. Force them out of the ring. The wrestling area is in the shape of I think that man said it was a circle. Very good. Yes, indeed, there's two sumo wrestlers preparing to face off against each other at the Kokugikan Arena. I think I may have finally figured out how to say that. Clear you two there. Head on to the globulator. And let's go east here, north, and yep, north. Head over east again, and that would be Japan there, Tokyo, on the island of Japan. Very good. Now, what's the fastest way to get back? All right, we can go over this way. Actually, I wonder what's through this pipe. Oh, might take us closer to where we want to go. Marginally. All right, racing over. Trying to be as quick as possible. Help us get those extra bonus time points. There we are. Oh, stop slipping off. All right. And that's another city secured, Dan. So that leaves us with only 2 more cities, which we'll get to next time. That'll let us finish off Roy Koopa, and then face off against Bowser for the finale. Alright, Dan. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.